Today's video is going to be another installment of my favourite products videos, but this is actually going to be my favourite brushes. Now I have some face brushes and I have some eye brushes. So this is just going to be all about my favourite brushes. These are all high-end. There are some MAC, there's mainly Sigma, there is one Real Techniques brush. Yeah, I do have a few drugstore sort of brushes, but I just don't know how they work yet because I haven't actually tried them out on myself. So I'm actually thinking of doing a full drugstore video using drugstore products, drugstore brushes and just everything. So yeah, I will try them out then. Okay, well, let's get straight into this video so it's not long. I'm going to start with the foundation, like the base brushes. These are just like an everyday, so like with my cream contouring and highlighting, I don't use any of these brushes for that. I have other brushes for cream contouring, but for me I don't use cream contouring enough to actually put them in my favourite brushes. I've only ever done cream contouring like 2 or 3 times, so yeah. Let's start with foundation. I have 2 brushes. One is more loved than the other, it's this one. This is a Sigma Flat Top Kabuki F80 brush, and this is their like 5-year anniversary edition, so it's in copper and I love it. I do have one that's in your chrome, but that one's really dirty and I don't really want to show you guys that. I love this. It's great for buffing in foundation. It's great for any sort of foundation. It gets everything. It is just perfect. Then the other foundation brush is the Sigma Flat Angled Kabuki F88 brush. And this is just angled, whereas this one is flat, this one is angled. This one gets all of those crevices and everything and all those edges, and just, you can also use this for cream contouring, but I use a different brush for my cream contouring. I love these 2 brushes, and I love my little beauty blender, which I keep in a little shot glass. It's very dirty because I haven't washed it since last time, but these are my absolute favourite things to apply foundation with. So it depends on what I find applies the foundation better, which I'll choose a brush or a sponge. And then it depends on what I feel like using which brush. So yeah. Then on to concealer. I have 2 brushes here. I don't use both these brushes every single time. Sometimes I'll use them both, sometimes I'll just use one or the other. This one I used today, so it's dirty, but I use this to blend out all the concealer as well as my finger. And I don't know if what finger you meant to use. I use all 3 of these. But yeah, I use this to blend out concealer, blend it up. And sometimes I don't need this brush when I use this one, but I also can use this one to do pretty much the exact same thing. This just pats the concealer in a lot more. And you use your finger, and yeah. Next, I usually set the face, but you can really use any sort of powder brush you own. I own 2 Sigma brushes, and both work just as well as each other. One's F10 and the other is F20. And then for contouring, I have a MAC brush, and this is great for like contouring and then bronzing and like bronzing everything. It's just great. This is the MAC 109 and this is great. It's very versatile. You can use the edge of it, or you can use the top, or you can just use a little bit on the top and try and do contouring with it. But yeah, this is just as good as the Sigma F05. The F05 is cheaper, of course. It also has it's not as rounded. Like you can see the MAC one's very rounded, but the Sigma one's flat. So this one's actually a lot better if you're wanting a full contour just with this brush. And then going on to a contour brush. This is the NARS ITA brush, and this just fits straight in your contour of your cheeks and on your nose, and it can also be used to bronze up or contour your forehead. This along with the MAC brush are my two go-tos. I can bronze with the MAC and then contour with the NARS. And then for blush, I love the MAC 168 brush. It's a lot smaller than your Sigma brushes and it's a lot fluffier. It puts on blush so nicely and it blends it out so effortlessly you don't even need to do anything with it. Next is the Sigma Tapered Highlighter F35 brush. And this is the copper edition. Most of my Sigma brushes are copper. I have some gold and some chrome because I bought them extra. This is multi. I have 3 of these brushes and I actually bought one for my kit because I can't think of anything better to set the under eye because it gets right into here, right underneath, and then it also can highlight your cheekbones, your nose, your forehead, cupid's bow, and your chin. It's great, it's versatile, I love it. I use at least 2 of these because I don't clean my brushes every single use, which I probably should, but I'm lazy. But I have this one which sets my under eyes, and then I have this one to highlight. And whenever I go away, most of the time I take 2 of these brushes because I cannot deal with using them both for the exact same thing. Because if you don't wash your brush straight away, and your next use, you're using the shimmer that you've put, like the highlighter you put on your cheekbones, underneath your eyes, and it's just not pretty. No, it's not. So unless you wash your brushes every single use, I suggest get more than one of those. Now for eye brushes, I'm gonna start with blending brushes. A lot of these of mine are dirty, so or like the ones I usually use. So I've got my golds and my chromes. So yeah, this is the gold. This is the Sigma Tapered Blending E40 brush. And this is good to blend out your crease color. I love this. I always need at least one of these. I have tried it to like contour on my nose, but I do prefer the NARS ITA brush, or I don't even mind just using the MAC one because it's already got bronzing on it and you just use it. It's a lot easier to go get another brush to use. And then I have 2 brushes that are basically the exact same, except you can sort of see a little difference. I've got the Sigma Blending E25 brush and the MAC 217 brush. Now I have 3 of these Sigma brushes and 2 of these MAC ones. Don't ask me why, I just do. Like for this eye look, I literally use 2 of them. So I don't know. But this one is a rounded, this one's very tapered. It's very tapered, this one's very rounded. This one's a bit thicker at the top, thinner, but that's because it's tapered. The MAC is shorter than the Sigma, but they both do the exact same thing. They're both as good as each other. So if you want one, get either of them. Love them both. It's the only brush I use in literally every single eye look. I use it absolutely in every single look. It's not even a joke. Moving on to a brush I don't use every single time, but I still love it because you can see that it's rubbed off the name. But this is the Sigma E70. It's a medium angled shading brush, and I use it on the outer corner to use like a diffused look. Like I've got my Sigma Pencil E30 brush, and that is good for like patting on in the outer corner or just making it look sharp, and then like blending it underneath the lower lash line for like a blended look. That's good for that. The pencil brush is good for sharp things or blended under the lower lash line. Whereas your medium angled shading brush is good for a blended outer corner. So I love those two brushes. For packing on colour, I love the MAC 242 brush. I need to get another one of these because I use it so much. I actually use this today so I wouldn't get any fallout. But I love this eyeshadow. I have found a drugstore alternative but I haven't tried it yet, so I want to try that out before I say anything about it. But I love this brush for packing on eyeshadow. It just doesn't have any fallout when you use that brush sometimes. And if I use a foiled eyeshadow on the lid, that's the brush I always use without a doubt. Going on, I've got another lid brush, is the Sigma Eye Shading E55. I have two of these brushes, and these are just good to pack on eyeshadow willy-nilly. If you just want to pack it on, blend it into the crease a little bit, do whatever you want. Yeah, I love that brush. Next brush is actually my absolute favourite highlighting brush, and you wouldn't think it, but it's the small tapered blending E45 brush. And it's great to get underneath the brow in the inner corner. If you wanted, it can actually also be used for the crease, but I've never actually tried it. It's always just been a brow bone and an inner corner. Another brush I love is the Sigma Flat Definer E15 brush. This is great to get right up in the lower lash line and press in colour all the way down. And you can also use it with concealer, which is what I did today, and clean up your outer corner. And then for eyebrows, it's my love. It's the only brush I will ever use on my eyebrows. And it is the MAC 208 brush. It's so small, I lose it like every single day when I do my makeup, but I love it. So skinny, so thin. It gets in the brows. I've used it today on my brows. But yeah, I love this brush for brows. I couldn't think of using any other brush for these masterpieces. This is the end of my favourite brushes video, or my favourite high-end brushes, whatever you want to call it. It's part of my favourite product videos, and I'm going to add this to the list. It's a lot later than I thought I would do it, but yeah, I love it. I still have done it, and I will hopefully get this film edited and uploaded after I've done this look, this makeup look, because I don't want them to be too far apart with their uploading. And then all the other videos I've actually already uploaded I will do after this. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and if you like this series on my channel. I know we're in February already, but yeah, I just have been very slack in uploading these because I've got to put other videos in between them, like at least a makeup video and then these or something else. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Please subscribe to my channel because it means so much to me when you do. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks guys.